Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Ice Spice recently did an interview with Teen Vogue, and she basically dismissed the idea that she benefited from colorism. There's been a lot of discourse online saying that Ice Spice only got to where she is because of her lighter skin. And oftentimes she has been compared to people like Flo Milli, who has been working harder but hasn't reached the level that Ice Spice has reached. But when Ice Spice was asked about colorism in this interview, she said, "I've seen those opinions. I feel like that's not something personal to me. I feel like that's been the conversation for generations and forever since the beginning of time. I try not to feed into the negativity because I also see that when people are trying to make that point, it's not out of a good place. They end up putting somebody else down." Now, I kind of agree with what Ice Spice said on that last point. I do think a lot of times people bring up the topic of colorism regarding her career because they kind of do want to put somebody else down. They either want to put her down or put down the person they're comparing her to. But it does say a lot that she kind of dismissed the idea that she benefits from colorism. And I can't say that I'm really surprised by her response. If someone benefits from a system, they're not going to challenge it. So I'm not surprised. But Ice Spice has rose to fame very quickly. I mean, she hasn't even been out for a full year yet, but she is now currently one of the most streamed female rappers today. Now, the question is, could she have gotten on so quickly if she wasn't light-skinned? I think we all know the answer to that. This is something that the rapper Monaleo pointed out. I mean, she did say colorism is a real thing in the industry, and a lot of the lighter skinned rappers do get more push and attention than their darker skinned counterparts. So let me kind of point out something interesting here. Ice Spice blew up with her viral hit song Munch last year, and this was the song that got her a deal with 10K Projects. If you don't know, 10K Projects is responsible for blowing up artists like Trippie Redd and Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's also run by Elliot Grange, who happens to be the son of the CEO of the Universal Music Group, Lucian Grange. So Elliot comes from a powerful family in music. So with this powerful connection, Ice Spice has been able to get very far very quickly. And it's interesting because all it took was for her to have one viral hit song, and that was Munch. Now, I want to compare Ice Spice's rise to fame to some other female rappers. There's a few other female rappers who have had viral hit songs on TikTok and social media, and Callie is one of them. Callie has had 2 viral songs, including her song and her latest song, Area Codes, which is still blowing up. Even with those viral hit songs, Callie has yet to reach the level that Ice Spice has reached, and Callie has been out a bit longer than Ice Spice. Now, another artist who has had viral songs is Big Boss Vet. Big Boss Vet's songs Pretty Girls Walk and Snatch have been going viral on TikTok for several months, and she has not reached the level that Ice Spice has reached. Now, why didn't Callie and Big Boss Vet blow up off of their viral hit songs the way that Ice Spice did? Well, one of the factors is because of colorism. Now, I'm not going to say that that's the only factor, of course, because I think Ice Spice in general makes cool music. I do like the fact that she has a unique style, and also she has a great team behind her. So you can't ignore those factors, but I have to ask the question, would Ice Spice have the same reception if she was of a darker skin complexion? I don't really know. Maybe so, but most likely, no. I was actually looking at the BET nominees for Best Female Hip Hop Artist this year, and if you look at the names on the list, most of the women are either light skinned or mixed race. Megan Thee Stallion is the only brown skinned girl on this list. Like, you can't make this up. But at this point, I think we should be past complaining about this and just support the talented dark-skinned artists who are really doing their thing. Doechii, in my opinion, is really a force, and she should be the one people should be paying attention to because she not only has the talent, but she also has some good music as well. I think she and a lot of other talented artists like her deserve support and attention. Now, let me move on to the next topic. There has been some serious tension between the legendary R&B singers Anita Baker and Babyface. Anita kicked Babyface off of her tour, and she also brought up Beyonce into it. Now, what does Beyonce have to do with this? Absolutely nothing. But I'm going to tell you what she said about Babyface and Beyonce later on in this video. But first, let me kind of break down what's going on. Anita and Babyface are on tour. Anita is the headliner and Babyface is her special guest. In other words, he's basically her opening act. And I don't know why Babyface agreed to be an opening act, because at this point he should be co-headlining. I mean, he is a legendary singer and songwriter, and he has written hits for artists like Toni Braxton, TLC, Beyonce, Ariana Grande, Whitney Houston. I mean, the list goes on. He even did a collaborative album with some of the new R&B girls called Girls Night Out, and he could actually do a whole festival using this concept. He could give a platform to the newer R&B artists, and people will come out and see them perform. Babyface has the pull and the respect from the industry to do that. So I don't think he should be anybody's opening act, not at this point in his career. I do think he should have been co-headlining the tour with Anita Baker, but at the end of the day, he signed on to be her special guest, and this is her tour. She has the leverage and she calls the shots. So if something goes wrong, everybody better make sure that Anita is straight before anybody else, okay? And something did go wrong. In fact, not too long ago, Babyface had to cancel his set because of some issues with the production, and he couldn't get to the stage on time. So he said on Instagram that he was asked not to perform in order to give Anita her time and space to perform her show in its entirety. And a lot of people were actually very upset, and I found it even more interesting that the people in the comments were in support of Babyface, especially several celebrities. And I thought to myself, that's kind of interesting to see several celebrities side with Babyface when he called out Anita. I thought that was very interesting, but the real reason why Babyface could not perform is because he had technical issues and he was having a lot of delays, and his time was cutting into Anita's time. And somebody on Anita's team, or one of the promoters, kind of said, no, Anita has to perform her full show. She can't delay her set to accommodate Babyface, and she can't cut her set shorter to wrap up the show on time. She was going to do her full set because at the end of the day, this is her tour. She is the headliner. So I can't say that Anita is completely in the wrong, but I can understand Babyface's disappointment as well. He can't control the technical issues that happen, and a lot of people came out to see him as well. So the fact that he was asked to cancel his set and he wasn't allowed to at least perform a song or two kind of makes it seem like there is a lack of regard for him on this tour. And the fact that Anita was angry enough to remove him altogether kind of shows that there wasn't much respect for him. So I could understand him feeling slighted. And this is not the first time Babyface has felt slighted by Anita. He talked about the time when Anita turned down the songs he wrote for her, and the songs ended up going to Toni Braxton.
You know, Toni ended up getting songs that weren't actually even meant for her, that she, they were written for Anita Baker at first. For the Boomerang soundtrack, we wrote Love Should Have Brought You Home.
Love Should Have Brought Your Ass Home.
Yep, and that's exactly. And that was written we wrote that for Anita Baker, and she turned it down and said, y'all should let that little girl do it. That little girl do it. That little girl that did the demo.
Why did she turn it down?
I don't know. She didn't like it, I guess. It didn't hit her. It didn't seem like it was something that she wanted to sing. And then I think we sent her another one, like, You Mean the World to Me. And she turned that one down too, so Toni got that one too. So she's like, no, baby, I don't want to do that one either. Let that little girl sing it.
Now, it's a good thing that Anita turned down some of those songs because Toni was able to break through. So if Anita didn't turn down those songs, we probably wouldn't have a Toni Braxton. Also, there was another instance where Babyface felt slighted by Anita. In fact, in 2006, he sued her and claimed that she owed him $250,000. He claimed that Anita didn't pay him royalties for the songs that he wrote and produced on her album, and also she breached the contract they had to go on tour together. She canceled 2 of the 4 shows they were supposed to do, and they lost money from that. So he did actually sue her, and eventually they were able to patch things up after that. But I brought this up to kind of show you that she and Babyface have had a history of some tension, and I think to this day Babyface still feels slighted by Anita, which is probably why he hinted that Anita's team asked him to cancel his set, even though he should have clarified that his set was canceled because of technical issues. But people are not going to give Anita the benefit of the doubt because she does have a history of being difficult. Some people claim that she was rude. In fact, I did a video about this some years ago when China Ann McClain called Anita out for being rude to her mother. And also another singer named Mickey Howard said that Anita was rude to her.
Back then, who was giving you a difficult time? Let's talk about it.
Anita Baker. I received a Soul Train award and she was, presenting and so forth. And so right after I got it and I'm walking backstage, she leans into me and hugs me and whispers in my ear. She says, put that on your mantle and keep it dust off because it's the only one you're going to get.
What? What? Oh, wow.
Also, it was alleged that Anita had tension with Jill Scott. They were supposed to perform together on VH1's Divas, and they had a disagreement over how they were going to perform Anita's song Sweet Love. And Anita quit the show at the last minute. A lot of people also bring up Anita's infamous feud with Luther Vandross. In fact, she went on tour with Luther and Luther felt a way that Anita refused to do a duet with him. So there was a lot of tension between them, and I really think it was a battle of the egos, mainly because Luther Vandross, he was a diva too, but Luther really wanted to work with Anita, and according to I Love Old School Music, Anita did agree to finally do a duet with Luther, but she pulled out at the last minute. So that was kind of the root of their feud, but they were able to patch things up before Luther passed away. Either way, Anita does have a reputation, so people would be more inclined to believe something negative about her than to believe the truth. The truth is Anita did not cancel Babyface's set. Babyface had his set canceled because of technical difficulties. They couldn't fix the technical issues. And one thing you don't want is to have people waiting all night for you to perform. But Anita was fuming over the reports that she canceled Babyface's set. And she was calling out Babyface's fans and calling them Kenny crazies. And then she randomly quoted this post about Beyonce. Now, Beyonce has nothing to do with this whole feud, so this was definitely left field and people were like, huh? But apparently she was actually quoting a tweet from the person who was harassing her, and she quoted this unrelated Beyonce tweet and said, he hates Beyonce as well. Kenny's crazies. Trashing me for fighting and winning 20 years ago, trashing Beyonce. Maybe this present moment is why there is a contract as special guest / support for my tour. Babyface, call off your creepy fans. I'm sorry, you're a special guest support. So she's kind of rubbing it in that Babyface is just the opening act. And she posted this picture about Babyface and his divorce. I don't know why she posted that, but Anita was going in. And when I look at the tweet, I don't know if Anita was saying Babyface hates Beyonce or if she was saying that the fan who was harassing her hates Beyonce. It was kind of hard to follow some of her tweets because they were a bit unclear, but I don't think she had to bring Beyonce in it because now people think that Babyface hates Beyonce, and I don't know if that's true or not, but either way, the whole situation is a mess. And Anita got so upset at the harassment she was getting that she removed Babyface from her tour altogether. She said after silently enduring cyberbullying / verbal abuse and threats of violence from the fan base of our special guest / support act, in the interest of personal safety, I will continue the songstress tour alone. Appropriate refunds will be made. Blessings. So she removed Babyface from her tour and breached the contract with him, all because she was upset at his fans. I mean, this is really ridiculous. Anita is being ridiculous. Now, she's not wrong for being upset at the fact that Babyface did not say what the real issue was. Babyface kind of made it seem as if Anita was at fault, when in reality, his set was canceled because of technical issues. So he should have clarified that because people were attacking Anita for it, and I don't think that was right. But at the same time, Anita is moving a little wild too because she's allowing her emotions to get in the way of her professionalism. And a lot of people were pretty outraged that she dropped Babyface from the tour. In fact, the R&B singer Tank had a few things to say about it, and this is what he said.
He apologized to his fans for not being able to perform after he was told he would not be able to perform. So somehow whatever happens after that is his fault? Now you kick them off the tour. And I want to respect my elders. I do. That don't seem wrong to y'all. Something don't seem wrong about that. Like, he didn't do anything.
Now, Babyface did respond to being dropped from her tour. He said, "I am saddened by the news that Anita Baker has decided to remove me from the Songstress tour. It's unfortunate and disheartening to see how things have played out via social media. While I was looking forward to the rest of the dates, I have nothing but love and respect for Anita, and I wish her the best for the remainder of her tour." And in his caption, he put a heartbroken emoji. So I think Babyface is really disappointed, but I also think Babyface is playing this situation smart because now he has the public sympathy. And honestly, he should be figuring out a way to headline his own tour. He should never again agree to go on tour with somebody who's willing to kick him to the curb and affect his pockets, all because she's in her feelings about his fan base. Now Babyface has to miss out on a bag, but it's okay. He can make his money elsewhere. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get a payout for the contract breach. Meanwhile, Anita has to deal with the negative press surrounding her unprofessional antics. She has to handle situations better. She can't be so emotional when it comes to business. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.